So, you want to build a $550 gaming PC, do ya? Do you know how unreasonable that is? You're so poor, pfft, it disgusts me. Do you think these people... Ultimate $550 gaming PC. This right here is you staring at me in unbelief. But let me tell you, it's possible and I've done it and I made it look nice. Not only are you gonna get a PC that plays games, all the games that you want, you're gonna get a PC that looks great while doing it and is super quiet. It's not gonna sound like a jet engine taking off. Let's get into this and you can wipe this smug look off your face, okay? Starting off with the case, we're looking at a $60 case here. And actually, this is one of the nicest cases I've built in this price bracket ever. I actually loved this case. It was super easy to build in. And I didn't even know this when I bought it, but it has vertical mounting GPU support, which we will be utilizing today. For $60, you're getting 4 ARGB fans, and an ARGB strip along the side there, and a beautiful white color finish. And for that, this case is a no-brainer and you should pick it up right now. CPU, $54. And I know what you're thinking, what kind of dirt cheap CPU are we getting for $54? Well, we are utilizing AliExpress for this deal. It looks like it's up to $55 now. Prices change and I wanted to let you guys know that. All the things that I put in description today, the prices are not going to stay the same. Some things are going to go lower, some things are going to be more expensive. It's up to you to search and find what is the cheapest at the moment. At this moment of posting this video and doing my research, these are the cheapest things I found that allowed me to get a $550 gaming PC. But we have chosen the AMD Ryzen 3600. This CPU's got 6 cores, 12 threads, a 4.2 boost clock, and it's all you need for the AM4 platform and the GPU that we're going with today. It has a great platform. AM4 is pretty legendary. I made a video on upgradability, and I think AM4 is the gold standard for that. And you can go all the way up to a 5800X3D with this, be happy, and that ties about a 12900K in gaming, which is fantastic. RAM. Have you ever heard of the brand Gigastone? Well, me neither, but hey, they make this white RAM 32 gigabyte kit, and I swear it was $50 when I bought it. It will go back down to $50 at some point. I probably even have footage of when it was $50. It looks like the black version of this RAM is $50, so you might want to go with the black version unless the white one drops in price. But hey, PC parts are like stocks. They go up, they go down. They're almost never the same. From week to week, I watch them all the time. They're always changing based on supply and demand. Funny thing about this RAM, it actually feels quality, but when I took it out of the package, the heatsink fell off, and that was kind of weird. Also, I'm not able to reach the XMP speed on my board, and that's because I've went with the 3500X CPU, and that's because I had one on hand. I bought those CPUs in bulk a couple months ago, and I put them in builds, and I wouldn't recommend buying the 3500X anymore. It's only got 6 cores and 6 threads, and it's about 20% slower in multi-threading than the 3600 while being close in gaming. But I'm definitely CPU bottlenecked in some of the games because I don't have that multi-threaded performance, and 3600 is super cheap now. Back when I was buying it was a lot more expensive, so I didn't buy it. But definitely go with the 3600. And I think because I went with the 3500X, that's the reason I couldn't reach this XMP speed. Because I've actually bought this kit before and it worked great with a different CPU. $55 motherboard. What POS motherboard are we getting for $55? Well, let's take a look here. And it is the Maxsun. If you ever heard of Maxsun, they are a great Chinese brand that sells motherboards on AliExpress for $56 at this moment. I had it for $55, but hey, it went up a little bit. You can actually save a ton of money if you catch these deals on AliExpress when they have coupons. If you spend, like, let's say $200 with AliExpress, sometimes they'll give you 20, 30 bucks off, and that can go a long way in maintaining and getting $550 gaming PC. You're also going to need one of these circular little batteries. They're called a CR2032, and they're needed to actually keep the BIOS settings on your motherboard, which will be very important for our GPU choice because it needs resizable bar. SSD, we're paying $58 for an SSD. This is outrageous. I wish we could pay less, but hey, we're getting a Gen 4 SSD off Amazon. We don't need a Gen 4. We don't even have Gen 4 on this board. I know what you're saying, but it's actually the cheapest 1 terabyte I could find, and I like Silicon Power. They make great products. I bought a lot of their products before. Go ahead and pick this up. It's not the best deal out there, but it's actually, well, it is the best deal out there now, but SSDs are the only thing on the PC market that are slightly expensive now. Everything else pretty cheap other than high-end graphics cards. Okay, GPU time. Here we go. $150 GPU. What the heck are we getting? Well, we're going with Intel Arc. This GPU is now $170. I kind of bought the dip on this PC market, and you can definitely you can get a GPU for $100 used. You can, and it will be on the performance of this graphics card. This level of performance is going for $150 used right now. It's about 1080 performance, GTX 1080 or RTX 2060 Super or so. Now, I'm choosing Intel Arc here because I'm looking forward, and I really enjoy having those great media encoders. We have dual AV1 encoders. That allows you to export at twice the speed as if you only had one encoder. Also, you can record at much higher quality. So this is great for streamers and content creators, which, you know, appeals to me. Also, you have true AI cores that are actually utilized in things such as upscaling and stable diffusion, and you can even run large language models on these cards. So I think for the $150 I picked this up, it was just a no-brainer. $170 I think is still a decent deal, and you should pick it up for that. But let's say, you know, you don't want to go the Intel Arc route, which I could understand, but I think you should. You can go with the RX 6600, which is about the same performance for just 20 bucks more. Now, this does not have any AI cores, and the media encoders on it are much worse. They're lower quality, and I'm pretty sure you only have one media encoder. But hey, it's going to be consistent gaming performance across all games, even those really old ones. And, you know, it's probably going to have higher resale value because of just the brand recognition of Radeon over Intel Arc. Now, the power supply, we're going with a pcie for this one. You probably never heard of them. They aren't a huge brand. They make decent power supplies for the money. This is 650 watt gold. I've used it many times. I like the build quality. It's semi-modular. It's a no-brainer for $55. Pick it up. And another thing I like about this is it has two separate rails for the PCIe connectivity, and that's important if you're upgrading. You could upgrade to, honestly, you could go all the way up to a 4070 Super with this, and you'd be fine. And I think for that, you want to pick it up. Now, here's the part that might be a little bit controversial, but I think that a build that looks nice and makes you happy, and when you look at it, you're just like, yeah, that's mine. Like, this is my build. I did a good job. I put my own work into this. So we're actually going with cable extensions for this build. It's only going to cost $16, and we're getting some sick, absolutely awesome cable extensions. This says $11, but we want to get kit A because it has two PCIe extensions, and then we'll be able to plug it all into our GPU, and it looks sexy. as you see in the video. That's, you know, a rig with cable extensions is actually, it sets it apart. It really does. Like, a rig with cable extensions looks so much better than one without. It makes your build look more clean. It ties it together. And with the white theme of our build, this is going to match perfectly for $16. I mean, what is that? That's like a price of like a burger and drink nowadays. So it's a good deal. We're also going to want to buy an RGB hub. Our case does not have an RGB hub, and we want to control all those fans and those lights. So for $4, you can pick that up, and it's a no-brainer for this price. Get this one, the one with the 1 to 4 adapter and the RGB hub. And this way we can control the colors and make them whatever we want on our build, and we can do this for cheap. Next, we're getting a riser cable. This is also aesthetic. This is tying into our build here. Get the 20 centimeter. That will be long enough. The 15 centimeter won't quite be long enough. I ordered one of those and it wasn't. Luckily, I had an extra one on hand. But yeah, I mean, for 13 bucks, you're getting a riser. You're gonna be able to see your GPU vertical. It's gonna look nice. You can see when the fans turn on and off. It's gonna be wonderful. You're gonna be in awe of your build every day. All your friends will be jealous. Windows. I consider, you know, paying for Windows part of the build, and I always include that in my builds. I wanted to include everything for this build and still keep it under $550 because I see so many videos and they're like, oh, $500 build, but then actually once you buy everything, like these cable extensions, maybe Wi-Fi, it's gonna be like $600-700 bucks. This is how you beat the system here. You go to this place called Gamers Outlet. You search this one, which I bought dozens of these. They work every time. You pick it up. It's only $7. It's Windows 11 Pro. It's pristine there. And then they send you a code through your email. And then you just type activation. I can show you in the video here, me activating it on my PC. You put in the code, boom, Windows is activated. Also, we're going to need Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. This motherboard does have gigabit LAN, which I would recommend, but I know not everybody, especially in this price bracket, is going to have that option. Now, at the time, this was $8. It looks like it's up. Yeah, it's just $8. That's fine. Yeah, so we're getting Wi-Fi 5, it's dual band, and we're getting Bluetooth. It goes up to 1200 megabit. When I tested it, I think I got 300 megabit from my garage. So that's definitely pretty good. This is going to be quick enough for your needs. And, you know, you're going to have Wi-Fi for only $8 and Bluetooth. It's a no-brainer. After adding up all those costs, we're coming out to a total of $548. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. And the level of PC you're getting here for $550 is off the rails. It is bonkers. I'm loving the PC market right now. There are deals everywhere, especially on AliExpress, and not much people know about that. So me personally, I built this and I'm going to be selling it. I'm going to list it for $800 and we'll see what happens. I think it will sell pretty soon. Yeah, I also included here adjusted build price. If you wanted to go with that RX 6600 and get that PCIe Gen 4 motherboard, the B550, it would be $595. Definitely not too much more expensive to build with those parts if you wanted to go that route. But yeah, look, we started here with you without a gaming PC, or maybe you're on console. You know, whatever kind of haircut that is with the gold chain, the smug look. Yeah, just despicable. And now, after you order all these parts, only for $548, you're looking like this, man. You're absolute Giga Chad. All your friends are watching you stream, watching you frag on PC with mouse and keyboard at hundreds of FPS. So, hey, I think that you should subscribe so you can see more content like this. Or click one of these boxes for a weekly upload.